Right, hello. Hopefully this is working now. It wasn't working before. I don't know why. It all should have been lovely. Oh, I've got focus problems now. Give me a second. Different software using different cameras to use different things and go everywhere. And let me tidy myself up, and I shall be with you momentarily. Just talk amongst yourselves while you're waiting for me here. Um, yeah, right. The old stream should have been working, but obviously isn't properly. Right. Let's tidy things up here. There we go. That's out of focus nicely, isn't it? Let's get back into where we should be. Uh, Not there. Come on. It should be about there. There we go. That's the right focus. Let's have that there. Yes. Hello and welcome. As ever, uh, things are going perfectly according to plan, just like they always do. I'm Chris. This is Gross Models, and this is the Warhamster show, the late show that's working perfectly, exactly as it should. Why is everything so blue? Says someone. Cynical Steve said, "Why is everything so blue?" Let me play around with some white balance. There we go. Oh no, that's very strange. Let's not that blue. It's more like that sort of colour. There we go. That's better to where it should be. Yes, I did have everything all set up properly using the other software, and then for some reason it wouldn't stream to behind the scenes sausage factory stuff. Don't worry about it. Not a problem. I'm here now. I'm assuming you can all see and hear me. If you can't, please let me know. I know I've probably lost some people on the transfer over. But yeah, if you're here, hello. Dad wants more red, says Phil Lewis. Look, I'm back on the StreamYard, so I can bring up messages and things now. Yeah, the other one should have been working, but apparently it doesn't like me anymore. So I'm over here now. So we have Pascal was the first in because he jumped in as soon as it went live over here. Dad says go, Skullfish says booyah, Fox says blip, and Dad says blop. When does the stream start? Now, just a couple of minutes ago, but yes. And now news from your area, says Fox. Here he is, says Dad. Swigging Pig says hello. Now I reckon, yes, exactly right. About now, as Fox says. Here we go again, evening all. Eric is confused. I apologise for confusing people, but it just didn't work. Lewis is here, evening. Shane's here, evening. Nothing worse than last minute things not working, indeed. I tested it all, it was all fine, it was lovely. All my buttons were working and everything. And then when I clicked the go live button, it said, yeah, I can't go live, that stream key doesn't work. I was like, what? It had changed the stream key to a random key. So I changed it back to the one it should be, and it said, no, you can't use that. So, what? But that's the what? But that's the button. That's the one. It is. So I restarted, logged out, logged in, turned it on, turned it off, turned it on again, put it in again, and it said, no, you're not using that. Oh. So, everybody's here. Tubes out of whack, says Phil. Yeah, I've got all the lights on now. Subtle blue, that's it, says Dad. Yeah, I've got it. It's about right now. Steve says he's been swearing because it was broke. I don't do swearing very often anyway. But there we go. Right, Dad wants more red, says Phil. Is it because of a copper kind of thing? No, it's nothing to do with the copper things. I'm not concerned about that in the slightest. John says, I can see you and hear you. Are you making sense? Still, yeah, probably not. Sense never made it into the stream. No, it never did. Did I press the wrong button, says my wife. No, I pressed the right button, but the software didn't like it. So, yeah. So, hello and welcome to everybody. Let's get the preamble done first and get the things tidied away. I went to the Warhammer shop today. Not today. Last week, end of last week, I went to the Warhammer shop because I had some things that I put into my wish list on the app, and I've got Altham Grey, White Scar, Flesh, Nurgling Green, and Celestra Grey. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure the green and probably the Warg Flesh was something to do with the green on the skin. I think the grey might have been for doing some highlights on... I don't know. All I know, I got bullied into buying things, so I put them in the shopping list and then went and bought them. And I don't remember why. So I'm relying on you lot to remind me what I've got to do with stuff. I know I've obviously done the brown on this, so it needs some sort of wash to tidy it up and darken bits, and then some highlighting bits on the fur and the face and stuff, and the orange for the mohawk. But I have no memory of how it was going to happen, what I was going to use. It's probably something to do with these greys and whites and stuff, but I don't remember. So please let me know. Let's see, Sprue and Glue's here, third time lucky. Yes, this is the correct stream now. Apologies for messing it around. Steve says roll on Black Friday to buy some new kits. I need fresh greeblies. Got a few builds stalled because I haven't got the right bits. What do you mean the right bit? You just use any bits, don't you? You don't have right and wrong bits. You just have bits. Did I get Warg Flesh or Warg Flesh? It's got an exclamation mark. It's where are we? 3 A's. WAAAGH exclamation Flesh. So I don't know what a Warg is, but there we go. Yes. Yes, as ever, I'm here now at last. Finally, eventually, I made it here. And yes, this is where I am. I assume my buttons are probably going to work, so I'll just click the start button and see if it actually puts the thing up in the start. Does that put a thing in the chat? I haven't got the other chat. Oh, right, Fox says Celestra Grey is the base for Euthalion Grey, which you use as a white with the white paint for the highlight. So that's a Celestra Grey. Hang about. Celestra Grey's a base. That's a grey, and you use that with that, and then the white as a highlight. For white or grey? For I don't know what for though. They were obviously a pack of the three, and the greens are the green because of the green. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Paul's here. Hi. Hello, welcome to the stream. That obviously worked. Yes. That's the base. The other two are layers. Yes, indeed. Sometimes household rubbish needs extra help. Yeah, probably. I just told the peeps still in the other chat. I did put a thing in the other chat. I put a link to the thing in there even, so they should be able to find that. Yeah, I put a link to the chat in there. I see there's, yeah, Steve and Sprue and Glue and Zadster were still in there, but yeah, I don't know why that's still in existence, but yeah, apologies for the mix-up, but it wasn't my fault, honest. Right, Chris has been bullied into buying stuff. Well, I'll put it in my app thing, but I don't know why. So to paint something white, base in Celestra, then cover that completely with Euthalion, then add highlights in white paint, whatever that was. That was White Scar, because it's white. Yeah. But I don't know that I wanted to do any of it in white, did I? What was I doing to get? What did I want white for? I don't remember. I don't know. It's a long time ago. I've done other things since. Oh, other things. I've done other things. Before I do other things, let's run through the buttons and the stuff. I've got banners. I can put banners up as well using this now, can't I? Right, my stream tonight and most of my streams are brought to you mainly by my lovely patrons. My patrons help support me and paid for paints and things like that, and the software that actually works. This one, not the other one that doesn't. That I don't know. I will figure it out at some point. But yes, my lovely patrons are here and supporting me. Many of them are watching at the moment. If you're not a patron, have a look at my Patreon page. You may like it, you may not, but you know, if you don't look, you don't know. Other than that, I do have a website. which is there, grossmodels.uk. I do occasionally put up stories and pictures and things in there, so go and have a look, see what catches your eye. There is also my merchandise store, where you can buy your own Gross Models hats, caps, mugs, wallets, t-shirts, things like that. If you want to help support me a little bit with that and show your love and your appreciation of me, go out in public and wear stuff. Other than that, that's it really. That's the end of the buttons. So that's done. Yeah, right. Let me go back to the comments. Cats. I don't know why Fox said cats. I'm not sure about that. No, I don't sell cats. I don't know. I have no idea what the cats are. I do see there's a soup cat. Oh, it's a thingy. Where's it there? There it is. Just under the cats, we have Skullfish with a super chat. Look, moist soup cat. Lovely. Thank you very much, Skullfish. Much appreciated. Yeah, look, you get a proper bippy icon colour with the colours and things now. They fixed it. That's obviously why Foxy's talking about cats. He wants a Gross Models cat now. And a smiley face. There we go. Yes. So, welcome to the Scream Skullfish. I know you did say earlier you don't often make it on the live show. You normally make it on the replay. The live show was delayed tonight, so it makes it easy for you to get here. It wasn't delayed because of anything there, but yeah. Right. So onwards. Yes, things. I was doing things today. Let me put him aside for now, and show you what I've been doing. I've had the things. Look. I've started on the Baneblade. I've done 2 bits of Baneblade, which are identical mirrored identical bits. They're the 2 sides, the tracks. Obviously, they will be joined together by much tankness. In the middle there will be big turrety things and little things on the sides and stuff. It went together relatively easily, no real problems. I did obviously video it, and the video is in the editing. I've done a little bit of editing before, and I shall do some more afterwards to get it ready, and it will be released during the week. The only thing that I had problems with, not really problems either, someone did, I think Fox showed me a video of someone building one, and they said about not gluing one bit together because it doesn't need to be. I didn't feel the need to. There's enough gap there that it didn't feel like it should be glued together, if you know what I mean. So yeah, the one thing that I did have a little problem with is these barrel-y things on the back. There's a seam line that runs obviously all the way around. These are 2 separate pieces on the back there that go onto one, and there's a seam line right in the middle there, but you can't get into it because it's underneath and in. So what I've actually done to try it and see if it's going to work is basically just paint it with normal Tamiya glue, which should sort of level to the curvature of the inside of the barrel thing, get rid of that seam line, although you can still see it. It shouldn't be there. Once that glue's dried tomorrow, I'll see how it looks and what it looks like. I might need another coat of it, but that seems to be the only thing that's been of any real problem on here. And yeah, the first video of, I say, building of the tracks will be around this week. It's not a Patreon exclusive, it's available for everybody. Yeah, that will be about. Let's see what we got. Skullfish logo is the best logo. It really is. It's great. I shall think about. I can make logos bigger. Look, and we can go back to Skullfish and look. It's a Skullfish. It really is. It's better than Osric's. Osric hasn't got a logo. Look. He's just here for the knob. My weird knob. We'll be getting some paint on him very shortly. Just been going through everything else. 100% Bob is here. He's back. Forget the knob, work on the Baneblade, says Eric. No, this is... Baneblade's a proper video series. I'm not doing that live now because it takes a little bit more time and effort to do than I can properly do it here. Cynical Steve said, just glue them together now and it's a shuttle and lander. It could well be, yep. Fox says that's what plastic card is for. Yeah, I didn't think of that as an option. It'd have to be very thin though to get in there, and it's got a bit of curvature to it, so we'll see. Green stuff, liquid, says Skullfish, another option, yes. Convex scalpel blades, yeah, I haven't got any of them, but yeah. Plastic card circles, says Fox. Yeah, but it's not that deep. I'll grab it back, look. There's not much undercut around the edge there, so even a thin bit of plastic card is going to not look quite right. So I'm trying my method. I'd like to learn things, but I also like to solve things myself and try it and see what happens. So I'm going to try it, and we'll see what happens. Right, so let's start with the, I can't remember, war boar. Is that what it actually is, or is that what someone said it was but it isn't now, or something? Let me just touch the focus again, because that seems to be not quite focusy. I'm going to be about there, so that's about it. There we go. Let's go for there. I think it's a war boar. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure that's what someone said. Sprue glue, says Paul. That is another option that might have worked, but I know sprue glue does tend to shrink when it's in like a large area, so I'm hoping that will be just sufficient. We'll find out in the next episode. Quanoman's happy. He's got the steamy stream of a dude and his knob. Indeed, the story of a boy and his knob. Cynical Steve says the newer barrels don't have that seam. Each half has a full circle. That would be useful. I've obviously got an old kit, but you know, you do what you got and you keep going. Hal was trying to explain digital camo to Gemma. Right. Yes. Let's come back to that. Let's get some paint on, and I'll come back to that. Ask me about that later. Chris's Knob Show is not made for kids. No, this channel is not made for kids. I don't mind if kids watch it. That's perfectly acceptable. But it's not made for kids, as the new rules and everything apply. Right, so let's see. I need to get some paint on him before we do anything else. Let me get some means of holding. Actually, I think I'll hold him by the mane. Seems to be quite clever. So I need to get a dark shade on that to darken it down even more. I think Nuln Oil is probably going to be the best bet. I don't want to add any sort of reds or browns or anything to it, like Reikland or anything. So I think a Nuln Oil sort of wash over the fur will do it, unless everybody shouts at me. I'm just getting shouted at for some reason now. I'm not sure why, but there we go. Alright, so yes, I'll give you a couple of minutes just to shout at me and say no, don't use Nuln Oil. And then I'll probably use it anyway, but that gives you a moment to say don't do it. And then I'll do it. Right, shaky. Nuln Oil, good to go. Nobody's told me not to yet, so I'm going to. Too late. If you said no, you've got a better idea, then tough. Too late. I'm going with the Nuln. Nuln is good, says Fox. That's all I needed. Just needed the approval of the master. So I'm basically just going to get this covered on there. I haven't got the button to do it, but I can still do it. So I'm just gonna
slap it on.
There we go. It's a little bit more long-winded doing it through this software, but it still works. That's the important thing. So I'm just gonna cover him or his hairy bits in Nuln, and that will just darken everything down. It will seep into the bits between fur, and then that can dry while we talk about other things for a bit. There we go, pretty much covered. Not forgetting the tail, can't forget the tail. So that will cover that, and then we can bring it back with some lighter browns and things. So that's that. That's the first thing. First things first. That's what we started with. Now, Baneblade digital camo. I stupidly suggested that I should build the Baneblade in digital camo, and then Paul and George went and bought me a Baneblade and said, "Okay, go on then." So yeah, don't do it, Chris, says Fort John. Too late. Chris G's here, as in howdy peeps. What about Agrax? Agrax is not Reichland, not Karaburg. I've got it. I might have it put aside. But Agrax is a little bit. Is it ready? The ready one or the greeny one? It's the greeny one, isn't it? I don't know. But yeah, Nolan's nice and neutral. Nolan, not the boar worms. It's Candygram. Welcome, Candygram. Okay, go ahead, says John. Right, how's everybody? Did you paint your dad device orange? Could have sworn it was red. No, it's always been orange. This is one direct from Dad. It came like that. It came. It's my 2-year birthday. 2-year YouTube anniversary. It's got red on it. He couldn't make something without red on it, but no, it's orange because he knew it was for this. Is it a good idea to put gunmetal paint through an airbrush? I can't. If you can clean it afterwards, it's all fine. Yeah. Right. Anyway, digital camo. Now, I say stupidly suggested, "Oh, digital camo look good." Ha 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 ha. And they said, "Yeah, okay, go on then." So I have to now. But my wife Gemma doesn't model, she doesn't do army stuff and things, wasn't aware of what digital camo was. So I googled some digital camo to show her, and it's squares. It's little squares basically that are in like normal camo. You'd have a swirly pattern that's like browns and greens and orangey, but a swirly pattern. In digital camo it would be similar, but it would all be straight edges and little boxes. So it's almost like this mat. If you were to just paint a camo pattern on it and then fill in each square that the thing filled, then that would be one type of digital camo. Then you'd use another colour as the third option, and so basically the whole Baneblade is mainly going to be orange because the reasons, and orange and stuff. But I have to do a couple of complementary colours to make it look more like camo and work. So I decided to go with red because it's red. You can't go wrong with red. And pink because it's pink. Red mainly because, I say, Gemma likes red, so I can't do it without doing red. I have to, or I get in trouble. And pink because, well, George likes pink, so I had to get some pink to do that as well. So I got a nice full brim pink. Is a lovely bright pink. It doesn't get any brighter than that, and it's probably going to end up being Mephiston red. Evil Sun Scarlet's quite nice, but yeah, it will be, I don't know, Wild Rider red. It's probably going to end up being Mephiston red, and obviously orange is going to be probably Troll Slayer. So those three as a camo, you're not going to be able to hide from anything at all. But that's not the point of my camo. My camo is just to do it because you can. So, yeah. As Cynical Steve says, it's the Tetris camo, essentially. Basically, yes, it's the Tetris of the camo world. 8-bit version of regular camo. Yeah, it's like regular camo. If you drop the resolution down far enough, then, yeah. Fox says, Chris needs to have the Tetris music playing on any speeded up sections of the video. Yeah. Right, All Boys hits the nub of the problem. You can get digital camo paint masks. And Cynical Steve says, it might be camo for Mars. Well, yeah, it's possible. Dazzle, not Razzle camo. Dazzle camo is a lot they use on boats with just straight lines and things. It's a bit different. And Paul says, yes, you can. Bought one for my Gundams. The problem I'm foreseeing with any type of masking, be it off the shelf or masking it myself, is there's so much bits, all these, all the rivets. Count all the rivets. There's hundreds of the things, rivets and raised areas and blobs and stuff, and that's just on one of these without worrying about guns and other surfaces. So I think masking this is going to be a complete pain and impossible to do. Sorry, I'll rephrase that. Impossible for me to do with any ability at all. So I'm thinking masking might be beyond my skills for making look in any way good. But I'm also thinking that freehand painting is not going to work at all. My plan, I know it's terrible, but occasionally I do have plans, and at the moment I have a plan ongoing for this Baneblade build, even. The Baneblade itself comes with lots of extra stuff for different variants. So there's going to be lots of stuff in the box that I'm not going to be using. Be it, a type of turret or that sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple of those turret type armor panels, whatever, that I'm not going to be using. And I'm going to sneeze, so I'm going to mute the microphone. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Right. Yes, I'm going to use some of those armor panels and turrets or whatever that I'm not going to be using for the actual build, but I will just be using as a test pick to figure out how it's going to work, what it's going to do, whether I can mask it and spray it, or mask it and brush it, or I'll figure something out. But I don't think any off-the-shelf masking panels are going to be of any real benefit to me because of the amount of detail and raised things that I'm got to go over. For a normal tank that's like a big flat panel with a few rivets on it, it's probably, it's what they're designed for. But with this, with different, there's 3 different layers of panel before you even go into recesses in that, and rivets on top of that, and bolts on that, and that's just one side panel. So yeah, I think masking is going to be a complete pain. So I shall test it and see, and we'll figure it out as we go along. There's no point in worrying about it. I'm going to do it, whatever. So yeah. Let's have a look. What have we got happening in there? I think we'll get some more painting done at some point, but I need to read the comments now. I'm going to have a quick drink. So there we go. Dave Cardboard says, orange, pink, and red will certainly have the element of surprise. Is that's the aha? That's the element of surprise. So much bits, says Fox. Yes, there's a stencil for digital camo, but I don't know that it's going to work. Soft edge digital camo. I think that sort of defeats the object, doesn't it? So much spare bits, says Fox. Yeah, I think there will be. What have we got down here? Thank you, Fox. Joker says, box. I don't know what that was for. Once he explained it, I realised why everyone was so excited to see him try. Personally, I think he needs to keep his ideas to himself in the future. Well, yeah, but, where's the fun? It's going to be interesting. Can I ask, what's the average price of Warhammer paints? The normal little paints are about £3 now, I think. They were a little less. I think they're a little more now. But the regular paints, the contrast are a little bit more, but they're a little bit bigger as well. The shades, again, are a bigger pot. You can't see it because they're standing up. Look. So they're different sizes, different for different things. But yeah, I think it's basically like £3, £4, £5 for a pot. And they last as long as they last. Obviously, you're brush painting mostly. You're not going to be doing much with it. So yeah, about there, I think. Fox was typing, so I missed everything you just said about what you're going to do. Tell it all again. No, rewind it and watch it later. Oh, Scott is sending me a small care package to help with the camo. Why am I a little bit nervous now? Thank you very much, Scott. I await that with interest and a little bit of hesitation and nervousness. But yes, I'm not going to be painting. Obviously, I've just finished the video of building the tracks. I'm going to continue some building before I even think too much about painting. But Cynical Steve says, personally, I think you're mad to try it, Chris, but I believe in you. I agree with one of those sentiments, but yeah, I think I'm also mad, but there we go. Couple of quidish, says Fox. It's been a while since he paid retail price for things. That's what, you know, having people like Goblin Gaming sponsor you and selling paints for you, though you don't know the price of things, you know. Dave Cardboard, I might be the only person that recognises the fox puppet in your pip. In your pick. Sorry, who was that? That was Dave Cardboard. I'll have to come back up and find him again now. Where is he? He's typed up. There he is. Yeah, I can't say I recognise that. I'm aware it's a fox puppet, but I can't tell you who that was. Zadster says the average price is 20% less at Goblin Gaming and other non-Games Workshop places. Yeah, I haven't actually ordered anything from Goblin Gaming. I don't often get stuff, and it's just easier for me to put it in the wish list on the app and then take my phone to my local shop and get Lee, the manager. I go in, he says, you want some more paints? I hand him my phone gingerly, and he just looks at it and says, and just grabs them off the shelf, and it's done. Whereas I'd be reading through each individual one on the shelf saying, I don't understand the name of that one, and I don't know what that is. Square foam on a stick and one square at a time. That's like a sort of stencil thing to just sort of blob it on. Yeah, that's an idea. I don't think it'll work, but yeah. It's no fun if you aren't trying new stuff. Absolutely. If you don't, if you just stick to what you know all the time, then it's no fun. Yeah. I'd make some Tetris-shaped sponges and go wild. To which Fox obviously responds, wild sponges. Yeah, that's different. Right, while we're waiting for this to finish drying, I need some browns to lighten it up a bit. I don't know if I figured it out last week. That was what I was doing the white for, was it? The white was obviously for something completely different that I don't know why I'm doing that. The greens were obviously for the orc type of thing. So, yeah, I've got some browns. I've got some browns out that obviously I got out last time and didn't put back. So, why have I got these browns out? Let's see. I have Bugman's Glow, Gothel Brown, Doombull Brown, Skag Brown, Knocking Over the Thing Brown, and Steel Legion Drab, which is sort of brownish. That's a base, so it won't be that one. That's a base as well, so it won't be that one. There we go. We narrowed it down to 3 layers. I assume I'll just be doing a couple of these. That's a bit too dark. I think I'll go for the lighter. Skag Brown is a nice lighter brown. So I'll sort of dry brush some of that over the tops in places to try and give some shadows and things. Unless everybody shouts at me and says, no, don't do that. Paul says, wild sponges could not drive me away. Cranaman says, Fox, he said, Barba de Bee Bar Fox looks like Jar Jar Woofy Quack Tank camo on a cat planet as a colour. Model Making Guru, there you go, up to date now. Yeah, okay. Wild Sponges and Weird Knobs. That's the title of my autobiography. Browns and sandy colours. Zandri Dust is a good brown highlight colour, or Ushabti Bone. So not Skag Brown then. Zandri Dust. I saw that a minute ago. Where did I see that? Isn't there, is it? Zandri Dust. Zandri Dust. Screaming Skull. I've got over this. I've got a couple of paints trying to escape. There's a Baton Black. Let's move my 144 dude out of the way. I had him because I was trying to get the scale of the planes. Modern Earth, don't need that at the moment. There we go, Agrax. I found some Agrax. That is a, yeah, maybe, but no, too late, done it now. We have Mechanicus Standard Grey. Ushabti Bone. Where's me Xandri dust then? I had some Xandri dust. What sort of colour is it? Because I can't find it. Not that one. Is it that one? Ooh, Xandri dust. There we go. Xandri dust and Ushabti Bone. Yeah, they're much lighter. So maybe I'll try. I'm willing to try anything. Browns and sandy colours. Skig Brown, so it's Spur and Glue. Gothor, then Skag. Followed with an Agrax. I used to play bass for Wild Sponges and Weird Knobs. Use the browns you have. The sandy colours are like a final, very light. Right, so they're the last bit. So if I go with Scrag, what was that? Scrag? Yeah, Gothor, then Scrag, he said. I'll put that one away. Did I move it? Where did I put Gothor? Skag. Gothor, there we go. Okay, so I'll do some Gothor first, and then some of that, and then some of that, then that. So I'll put them in order, like that. I'll put them that way round. Light. Right. So I shall do a little bit of that now, and we'll go from there. One-handed typing Ging Baby. I don't understand. Dusty. Cynical Steve. Dust. Majestic herds of wild sponges crossing the abyssal plains. There we go. Right. That's the chat. I'm going to stop reading the chat because it's very distracting. I'm meant to be doing the painting thing. It's been like, well, I would say 3/4 of an hour, but it probably took a while to figure out where I actually was and do stuff there. So we won't worry about the time anymore for tonight. We'll just keep going until I get bored or something happens, and we'll worry about it then. Right, I haven't done any research or background thinking or anything on this, so I'm not sure how it's sort of all one colour. Fox did send me. Hang about. Fox sent me a picture of the thing. This kit, in fact, he did. He sent me a picture of this thing, all done and done. So here we have Weird Knob on Warboar thing. So that's what it should look like, apparently. He did give me some other sort of close-up pictures. So yeah, I've got to do obviously feathers and stuff on there. That in a nice bright Mephiston red, no doubt. So yes, that's the one that I'm looking at the moment. So basically just all over, a little bit lighter in brown type, and we'll get it looking good. Of course, my prediction for tonight, all the dry brushing, so much bits. Finally, he's going to do something, says Spur and Glue. I've done something already. I've done a wash on it. It's actually super easy to get carried away with the chat and do no work, says Fox, who knows all about doing no work. When in doubt, paint it orange, says Candygram. Sounds like a plan to me. Right, dry brushing. I'm pretty sure you've done dry brushing before. You just get some paint on a brush. Just get a little bit of paint on your brush and then get rid of most of it. And then what you're left with should just highlight the tops. He's looking... This isn't wildly brighter, so it's not showing up a great deal and probably showing up even less on the camera. but it's just bringing back from that darkness that the Nuln has filled it with. So that still stays in the recesses, and this just brings up the tips somewhat. Excuse me, I'm sniffling now, I don't know why. So I'm going to leave the deeper recesses and the shadows darker and not go over them too much, so it keeps more of a sense of shade and things. There you go. A little bit more depth added in there. You can see from one side to the other. That's, hopefully you can see from one side to the other. It's going from there down to, say, the darker bits in the hindquarters there. Once this is done and dried, I'll go back in with the next one around, the skag, and get that much the same, but a little bit less so. Much the same, but less. Not forgetting the tail. I think I forgot the tail. So there we go. Darker on the underneath where the sun don't shine. Obviously he's going to have the weird knob sitting on top of him as well. There we go. That's brought that back to a more natural brown. Being obviously an animal, organic type animal, it's going to have some variations, and you want it to have variations and changes in the painting. You don't want it to all be exactly the same shade and the same colour, because that's not how things work. That's not how hair and fur works. You do need it to be a little bit different. So let me shake this up. Let me sort my nose out and come back momentarily. Give it another minute to dry, so it won't be a minute. Drink time, and then have a look at the chat. Alright, what have we got here? More boar. Or candles. No, wild boar. Where's the Crash Bandicoot figure? Was eaten by a bear with a bird in its backpack. Indeed, Crash Bandicoot. LD's here. Evening, Chris. Evening, LD. Skullfish says successive lighter layers. Yes, that's like that, and they're progressively getting lighter as well. So that's the plan. Don't forget the chocolate star. No, don't go. We're not going to go there. No. Just like you did with Groot, Chris says Cynical Steve. Pretty similar. Yep. Brush that boar butt. As Dad is slacking, and it's technically not his question, I shall ask. Time and Telly. I can put the banner up. Don't that help? There you go. Time and Telly. It's my question. I don't do the bench and belly because other people do that earlier. Time and Telly is my my thing. What time is it? Where are you? What's your time zone? And what are you watching on telly? That's it. Nice and easy. There we go. Didn't they use make brushes out of boar hair? Probably. They used to make all sorts of things out of hair because, yeah. Not my responsibility, Fox. Chris always asks. We can make it Fox's responsibility if you like, if it will make things easier. So, yes, as you might be well aware, for me it is coming up 9 o'clock in the evening, and I'm still watching NCIS. I'm getting close to the end of the bit that's on Prime, so I'm going to have to find something else to watch soonish. But at the moment, I'm still on NCIS. So, yeah. What are you all watching? Give me something else to watch, because I'm getting to the end of that. Cynical Steve says it's 8:51. And Googlebox, because I don't have the remote. Somebody else is choosing. 8:52 says LD. TV WWE 2K14. PS3. PS3. Oh, interesting. 3:52 Eastern US, watching some guy asking about Diamond Telly. Yeah, that's what you're watching at the moment. But what are you watching? Anything else on YouTube or a streaming service or actual telly? That's what we need to know. Eric says, remember, 2 thin coats. Not when you're airbrushing, it's different. Right, I shall leave that there. I'll come back to that in a moment. But I've got to get some more painting done, or someone else will be telling me off for not doing any work. So, dry brushing again, just with a different brown. This one, I think I'm going to go even lighter and more on sort of the raised surfaces. I'm not going in for the undercarriagey bits at all with this. So that's, say, more of a brown, not so dark. So again, you should be able to see the difference from one side to the other. Get rid of most of the paint again. And so gentle dry brushing. Not worrying if it goes onto the face area, because I haven't painted that yet anyway. So just picking up the tops of the muscles and hair and stuff to make sure we get some variation in there. It's alright, looking good. I'm not unhappy with how that's coming across. So yeah, there's definitely variation and shading and going on in there. Not forgetting the insides of some legs where I can get to bits here and there. And obviously, say it's undercarriage a little bit, not in a serious way. Nobody's going to be looking that closely at that bit, I'm sure, because if you do, that's just a bit creepy. Making sure I get all the way up to the mohawk, because otherwise that's going to be a bit strange, having a gap between that and the orange of the mohawk. There we go. That'll do with that for now. Put that back on there to dry for a moment while I finish off the rest of the time and telly. Get rid of that. Clean off the brush a little bit more. Obviously going to a lighter colour. Don't need to be putting darker colours on there. Let's have a look. That's what we've done. Fox says they still do. They make good stiff bristle brushes, not often used for modelling, for terrain and stippling. Skullfish GMT, lots of people melting down on YouTube. Read Copper. Yeah, I think it's not as big a problem as people seem to be making it out to be. For certain videos and certain channels, yes, it's going to be a big problem. If you're making stuff for kids, then yes, it's a big deal. But if you're not making stuff for kids, then it's not, yeah. Lewis says, 8:52, nothing on TV. Wife is watching, and I've got a big tax bill. I'm a celebrity. Oh, right, okay. I thought you meant you personally had a big tax bill because you're a celebrity, and I was getting all nervous because I don't talk to celebrities. Fox says it's the same time zone as me, and the latest David Attenborough thingy. David Attenborough's thingy, okay. 8:53, and you? Through glue 2154, and you on here. Ross Medlock's here. Messenger chat with Mr. Chuckles. That means nothing to me. I don't know. I know what Messenger is, and I don't know who Mr. Chuckles is. As long as you're enjoying yourself, that's the important thing. Candygram says 2:53 p.m. Been watching The Mandalorian. No spoilers. Some of us can't watch it for another 3 or 4 months. So yeah, keep the spoilers. Yeah, I've heard all the spoilers. It's very good, says Fox. Agreed. The people doing The Mandalorian are doing the original Star Wars trilogy proud. I'm glad to hear it. I will watch it, but just not yet. Dry brushing is not something you don't see every day on YouTube. Indeed, and certainly not for kids. So, yeah. Candygram from Mongo. It's Dave Filoni helming it, says Fox, who did the Clone Wars and the Rebels series, so he has pedigree. Paul's enjoying Mandalorian as well. My telly is mostly YouTube, says Asda, watching Hubnut's Adventures in New Zealand. I don't know that one either. That doesn't sound very good. I didn't watch Clone Wars nor Rebels, and I certainly will now. I've watched Rebels. I haven't quite caught up with the end season yet because I got distracted by other shiny things. I should go back and watch that, shouldn't I? Yes. Speed's in. I was in earlier, but gluing. Just about to say hello. Then I had to take a phone call, but I'm back. That was a long phone call then. That was like a 3/4 hour phone call. Welcome back. Who wants spoilers for episode 3 for Mandalorian? Yeah, like you can get it. Your internet doesn't even get this year's stuff, let alone stuff that you can't get yet. Right. That's the chat up to date. Good. Nice. So I've done that one, didn't I? That was the Skag. I've done Skag. Xandri Dust is the next. Now the nice thing about Citadel paints in general, they dry very quickly. When you're dry brushing, they dry even quicker. I'm just shaking. I'm not doing anything nasty off camera. This is just shaking the paint up. They dry very quickly because you're not putting very much paint down at all anyway. Plus, doing this as a more organic sort of finish, it doesn't bother me if it's not completely dry and it sort of blends it a bit together, because that just adds to the way it works. So I'm happy with that. I don't have a problem with that at all. Now, this is obviously lighter again, so I'm going lighter again. I'm getting rid of even more of the paint, being left with virtually nothing, as you can see. There's nothing at all, nothing. So I'm going even lighter, so just picking up the tips of the hairs, and hopefully, so there's only one more colour to do after this. So this one I'm going to get a little bit more into the shadows and the recesses, but still only the tops of the hair. Or at least that's my plan. I know it's plan. I've said plan several times this evening. I'm aware of the problem there in that I don't have plans, but sometimes you've got to just let it go and hope things work out and turn out for the best. So yeah, there is obviously still some detail to pick out on this. Obviously the entire face, and there is like a couple of earrings and stuff on him. So there is some detail work to be done. There we go. That comes out. You can see. Hopefully you can see that that's just really adding to the depth of the casting. So you can see more detail than you used to be able to see, purely because you get the depth of shadows in there. So that's coming out pretty much how I hoped it was going to. So far so good. So we'll leave that once again to dry, although it's probably already almost dry because there's so little paint going on. that it doesn't take long for anything to happen. So a little bit of Ushabti bone on there momentarily. And that's going to be the main body of the war boar completed. See, I even remembered what it was called. That's quite impressive. It's very impressive for me to remember what it's called. I'll put him like that so you can sort of see him a little bit while I'm having another look through the chat. What we got? Fox says, The Mandalorian is reminding me of the old Kung Fu series crossed with classic spaghetti western type stuff. Yeah, I could see that. Let's have a look. You need to be into cars to be into Hubnut. He doesn't do supercars or sports cars or anything made recently. Okay, I like cars. I drive a car, but I don't know anything about making it and how it works and stuff like that. So yeah. Candygram is agreeing absolutely. Longer than usual course. Speed subs and a personal call, so no, that's fine. Hope everything's okay. Did you know Bruce Lee created Kung Fu, but they thought he looked too oriental to star in it, so they went with David Carradine. He certainly looks less oriental, I'll give you that. Right, Fox says, you could dry brush heavier with that colour on the face and hocks, save you painting them lighter later. Okay, I've finished now, but yeah, I'll do that with the Ushabti to brighten that up. That would be helpful, thank you. Right, that was that. Drink time. Right. So yes, onto the Ushabti bone. I like that Ushabti is just, it rolls off the tongue nicely. Some of these names are a pain to say. Some of them are lovely. So yeah, Ushabti. Just lovely. So we'll get some Ushabti bone. You've almost got to get closer to the mic to say it. It's Ushabti. Ushabti bone. So I shall be doing this. I shall be adding this more to the skin bits, shall we say, as well. Because Fox said so. Yeah, these bits up here, they're going to need to be lightened before they're painted anyway. Inside of the mouth obviously going to be in the organic-y red sort of the colours. There we go. Do that. Get the inside of the ears a little bit while I'm here as well. Okay, there we go. That's some of that, and the legs are going to be a bit lighter where it's not furry. And then back to very, very faint light dry brushing. Almost just the highlight areas, I think, just to bring it home. So across the tops of the back. And the highlights, as if sort of where the sunlight will hit more naturally. So sort of brushing downwards from the top. Not much, just a bit, just a touch, just to provide a little bit more variation and shading. Let's see. I think that is probably about it for the main work on this figure. So I shall let that dry off a bit while I go and look at the chat for almost the last time, because time's getting by, time's getting on, you know. I'm not here all night. Let's have a look and see. I'm imagining casting the Mandalorian main character. Yeah, I got the part. Famous last director. By the way, you can't take off your helmet, like, ever. Yeah, same as Judge Dredd and Master Chief. Fox says, fun fact, Ushabti was an ancient Egyptian figurine used for funerary rituals. Okay. You could have saved that for an Emopals facts. You still might. Right, so yes, that's that. Let's have a look. See, I do need to do the hoofs. I don't know whether to do them in a sort of brownie. Go back down to something like the Gothor, or not metallic as such, but something a bit more sort of chromy. I don't know. I'm not sure. And obviously the face itself needs to be a bit more pinky. Not quite, not exactly pink, but yeah, more detail painted on there, as long as as well as the earrings and things. And then I can see about putting it on a base. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how that's coming along. It's getting there. So the interior of the mouth, the teeth, nose ring, obviously is going to be metal. But yeah, I'm quite happy that's coming along better than it was to begin with. So there we go. There is still obviously him to do. And then once this is mounted and that's on there, he can mount him and stick on the back. Yeah, so this obviously is going to be wood for the staff, with some sort of slate or something for the knife bits, and some metallics on the other bit, feathers and things. Nice bright colours in the feathers, including some orange, because, you know, I've got to. But there we go. And obviously the red for the squig, squig, or a grot. No, squig. I'm pretty sure it's a squig, isn't it? I don't remember things, but the other thing was a grot or something, wasn't it? I don't remember. What are the little things? I've got one. Where is he? I've lost him. I can't find him now. I had him here a minute ago. I got the big things, but I can't find the little one. Oh well. Yes. So I'm going to call it a night for this now, and try and figure out why the link wasn't working before for next week. So hopefully next week will go smoothly and with no problems. Obviously it's not going to go with no problems at all, because it's my stream. There's going to be problems and it's all going to go hideously wrong, but you never know. So who says watching paint dry is boring? Oh. Yeah. Chrome hooves. I'm guessing you've not seen many actual animals. Well, it's not an actual animal. It's different, isn't it? It's a fantasy animal. I can do what I like with it. Wood for the wood god, says Fox. Dryad bark for the hooves. Interesting. I don't recall having got that colour, but there we go. An alt staff has a knob on the end. It's got a knob on this end. It's got a knife on the other end. Yeah. Squig. It says everybody. Yes, I knew it was Squigs. That Bane blade will never fit on that base. I bet no, it won't. Not at all. Not even close. He's a war boar, so he don't have armoured hooves. Exactly. There you go. See, I think Cynical Steve's. I would say rubbing off on me, but I wouldn't say that. I know it'd get the wrong impression from you guys. Yeah, his creative juices are flowing, and making me... No, right, that's wrong as well. I'm feeling more creative now. I can tell things and stuff. So, yeah. Thank you, Steve. Right, I shall call it a night. And finish off, as ever, with reminding everybody what's going to be happening during the week. Sunday today, isn't it? So tomorrow we have Monday, which is e-models. Not here. This is on the e-models. Apparently, I have to finish. I'm needed downstairs as there's a spider behind my radiator. Well, that's the best place for it to be, isn't it? Did you want it in front of your radiator? Crawling across the floor quietly towards you, making noises and little scutterings and. No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't do that, would it? No, that would be terrible. Yes, I shall be down momentarily and make sure the spider stays behind your radiator where it should be. Yes, Monday, what is e-models? So that's that then. Thursday, it's the last one of the month. So Thursday is indeed an evening with everyone. You're all invited. Please come along on Thursday night at 8 p.m, as I normally start these things at 8 p.m. Everybody is welcome to come and join me in a hangout type thing on air, but not hangout on air because that died. In this StreamYard thing, you can come and join me on the channel and just hang out and chat and talk and have fun. So yes, please come along and join me then. And then next Sunday, back here, hopefully here. It might be over there a little bit, depending on how the software works and doesn't work and things. But yes, that will. Apparently I'm in trouble now. I don't know. I didn't do anything. It wasn't me. Yes, next week back here or here-ish. Keep an eye on the channel, like and subscribe and things, and you'll be able to find me when I'm here. So yes, as Fox says, leave him behind the radiator. He's happy there where all his friends are. I'm going to get in trouble for that. You'd realise that I'm going to be getting in trouble for you making that comment. It's not fair, but there we go. Right. So good night, everybody. See, I'm getting in trouble. I'm being shouted at for Fox. It's Fox's fault. So good night, everybody. I'm going to go and do some spider duty. I'm going to go and watch it for a little while, and probably make a cup of tea as well. So have a pleasant evening. Have a pleasant few days, or well, today and tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow for e-models, and later on in the week back here again. I'm on here, so I can do the ending stream thing. So yeah, good night all. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.